So today we are on lesson 12-2 for math. So you will be working on this page right here. It has the 12-2 up at the top, and it's got the pictures of the shoe, the blue marker, and the pencil on the front of it. So if you want to find that paper and get it ready, we're going to go through it today for math. So we're going to start down here with our math movie. And let's watch and listen.
How can you compare objects when they are different places? Compare one cup with the jar. What can we find out about the blue cup?
So when we look at the blue cup next to the jar of jelly there, they're right next to each other, and we can see that the blue cup is shorter than the jar of jelly. They both start at the same spot at the bottom. The jelly jar goes up a little bit taller. It's a little bit higher than the blue cup.
The blue cup is shorter than the jar. What can we find out about the red cup?
So now we see the red cup next to the jar of jelly, the same jar and the same thing. They start at the same spot at the bottom, but then the red cup goes up higher. It is taller than the jar of jelly.
The red cup is taller than the jar. How do you know which cup is taller?
We used the jar of jelly for both the cups. It was the same jar in the same spot. So we were able to say that the blue cup was shorter and the red cup was taller when we compared them to the jar of jelly.
We compared both cups to the same jar. So the red cup is taller than the blue cup.
All right, so for our math work today, we are going to be looking at two different things and thinking about how do we know when something is different sizes. So it would be pretty easy if we put these things all next to each other, the shoe, the marker, and the pencil, and we were able to look at each one and see which one was shorter and which one was taller. But what would happen if one shoe was here? If it'll stand up there. And the other shoe is all the way over here. Okay. How would I measure them? I can't put them right next to each other to find out which one was taller and which one was shorter. Well, that's where I would have to use something to do my measuring. So I would get something that is going to stay the same size. I could get a straw like this, and I could hold the straw up to the shoe, and I can see that they line up together here, and it goes out, and the straw is a little bit shorter than the shoe. And then I could bring the straw over to the other shoe and line it up also against that shoe, and I could see if it was shorter or longer than the shoe. Maybe I might have a piece of yarn or string that I could do the same thing with. So I can line up the end with the end of the shoe and then pull it to the other end and see how much string I need. And then I could go over to my other shoe on the other side and use that same piece of string and see how much string or yarn I need for that one. So I would use something else to measure things that are not right next to each other. And if I looked on this page, it says front of the classroom, back of the classroom. So we would go to the front and the back of the classroom and measure some things with our rulers. If you have a ruler at your house or something that you can measure with and you want to find, maybe you want to go measure one of your mom or dad's shoes and then go into your room and measure one of your shoes. And you can find out which one is longer and which one is shorter. Or maybe you have a brother or sister that will let you measure their shoes. So you can practice doing that, okay? If you are ready, open up to the inside. Here. It says circle the purple or green object that is longer. Use the red object to help. So here we're using the red crown. The red crown is exactly the same in every picture. We are using that to help us measure the purple marker and the green marker. So when I look here, I'm going to try to hold this still. When I look at the red crown and the purple marker, the ends are lined up together, but then I see that the red crown comes up longer than the purple marker. So I go over here and I see that the end of the red crown and the end of the green marker are lined up, but then the red crown is shorter than the green marker. So if I'm using the red crown, I can tell that the purple marker is shorter and the green marker is longer. We're going to circle the green marker because it's longer than the purple marker. It's already dotted for you, and all you have to do is circle it. When you're ready, down at number 2, we are looking at the purple feather and the green, I think that's a glue stick. So again, we have the red crown. So we look at the red crown and it's lined up at the end of the purple feather, but I can tell that the purple feather goes out longer than the red crown. Then when I look at the red crown and the green glue stick, I can see the ends are lined up, and when I come out, the glue stick is shorter than the red crown. So if I'm using the red crown, I can tell that the green glue stick is shorter and the purple feather is longer. We're going to circle the purple feather. It is longer than the green glue stick, and we use the red crown to help us decide that. So go ahead and circle that purple feather. Okay, on the other side, number 3, same type of thing. It says circle the blue or red object that is longer. So we're looking for the longer thing again. And we're using this orange line here. I don't know whether it's a string or a straw or whatever it is, but it's an orange line to help us decide. So the orange line is this exact same in every problem. So we're going to compare the blue math book and the red tube. Maybe that's toothpaste. So when I look at it, the orange and the blue are lined up the same, but I can see that the blue book goes out farther than the red line or the orange line, so it is longer. I can see that the tube is lined up the same as the orange, but it goes shorter than that orange line. So when I'm comparing the blue and the red by using the orange, I can tell that the blue is longer and the red is shorter. We're going to circle the blue math book because it is longer. Circle the blue math book because it is longer. Go down below to number 4. We have blue scissors lined up the same. This time the scissors go out a little bit longer than the orange. And we have the red stapler lined up the same. This time the red stapler is shorter than the orange. So when I look at it, the blue scissors are longer, the red stapler is shorter. We're going to circle the blue scissors because they are longer. Down at the bottom, it says 3 pieces of chalk are arranged in order from shortest to longest. In the box, draw the red and green chalk. Shortest first and longest last. Use the yellow chalk to help you compare. So what they're showing us is that the yellow is the same in each one. The yellow is the one that's in the middle. If you have a red crown at home, you can draw the red chalk right here in front of the yellow, but make it shorter than the yellow chalk. And if you have green at home, you can draw the green chalk on this side at the end and make it taller than the yellow. So make it go up higher. So you're going to draw the red chalk over here, shorter, and the green chalk over here, taller. When you are ready, turn to the back page. All right, so we've got three guys up here, the blue guy, the orangey guy, and the purple guy. And we have three names, Bongo, Turbo, and Tango. So it says use the clues to figure out the name of each dog. Write the name under the correct dog. Tango is taller than Bongo. Turbo is shorter than Bongo. So we've got one dog that's taller than Bongo and one dog that's shorter than Bongo. So that gives me a clue that Bongo must be in the middle. So this first word up top here, Bongo, is going to go with this middle guy right here. So you can draw a line if you want, or you can write the word, it's right there. Make sure if you're writing it, you're starting with a capital letter because it is the name of the dog. So now that we know Bongo's in the middle, we can go back to our clues again. The first one says Tango is taller than Bongo. So if Bongo is this middle guy and Tango is taller than him, we know the purple one must be Tango. I hear the ah sound in Tango, so I know it must be T-A-N-G-O. Tango goes with the purple one. You can draw a line if you want, or you can write the word Tango on the line. And then my clue again says Turbo is shorter than Bongo. So if I go back to knowing that this is Bongo, Turbo is shorter. I look at this guy and he is shorter. He does not go up as tall. So this one, Turbo, I can draw a line to the first one, or I can write the word Turbo on the first line to show me. So if we go down to number 7, looking at the candles, which candle is shortest? All the candles are lined up the same at the bottom. Remember, when we're talking about tallest and shortest, we want to know how high up they go. And we can use our eyes to figure out which one is shortest. Go ahead and fill the circle in for the candle that is the shortest. And go down to number 8 at the bottom. Josh has these crowns, so he has a green and an orange, and this piece of string. There's the string in the middle. Explain how he can compare which one is the longer crown without putting the crowns together. So if you wanted to know which one was longer, the green or the orange, I would tell you, hey, take your orange crown and put it right here, and then you'll be able to see which one is longer. But we can't do that because it's paper and we can't pick the crown up and move it. So what they're telling us we can do is use the string, or a string you might have at your house, or maybe something else you might have to measure with, like a straw, and line it up against the two crowns to see which one is longer and which one is shorter. So you don't have to write that. That was just what we were practicing today, what we can use to tell which things are longer and which things are shorter. Good job measuring.